This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Humanity, look how far you've fallen. Might help if I add myself to the stream. Good morning, all. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Purple Valkyrie. Good morning, Snorta Poopus Cuber. Good morning to Mark the Infinitely Tired and Chris Persia. The Bash Brothering Wrenches are here. Good morning, guys. Trinoculus P and Derek McManus. Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to the geek inside. Good morning, guys. Adega Outlaw, the doctor of disaster and destruction, is here, ladies and gentlemen. Dave G Sound, good morning. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Lord Thop, good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning to Mary's Game Room. Hello, Mary. How are you doing this morning? Larry's here, ladies and gentlemen. Psychodorp 9. Good morning, brother. How are you doing? How are you doing? Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so very much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And welcome to Mornings of Mischief. Gesha Queen. Good morning, Gesha Queen. Guys, thank you so very much for being here. It is a crazy ass Taco Tuesday this morning, and we have got a huge report from Bounding into Comics. And I'm going to top it all off. Why not create new characters who aren't straight white men? You're all missing the point that characters like that are being created all the time, but it's hard for them to compete with famous, iconic characters with decades of history behind them. It's a franchise dominated landscape, and you can't just will new franchises into being. Really? You'll make much faster progress by diversifying the franchises that already exist. Faster progress. And how do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you how you do that, because they've been doing it. They've been doing it for the past 5 years. They have been going over and over and over this for the past 5 years. They know exactly what they are doing. They know what they're doing with our franchises. They know what they're going to do to your characters, because they've been doing it, and they're going to keep doing it, because they're not going to be happy until every iconic character you've ever had, every character you've ever loved, is in the trash can for politics. for their progress. They can't write new characters. They're creatively bankrupt. They don't know what to do. So they're going to take our characters. They're going to take our characters like Spock and turn them into Mikey Spock. They're going to take our heroes like Kirk and turn them into this shit. This is what they want. They don't want new characters because they can't make new characters. They can't make a character that's actually interesting. They can't make characters like 89 Batman. They can't make characters like Christopher Reeve's Superman. All they can do is destroy the things that have stood the test of time, the things that we love, the things that we care about. That's all they're going to do is change it to suit their needs, to live their little woke fantasies, to empower themselves instead of empowering you. How many times when you were growing up did you want to be the Flash? Did you want to be Batman? Did you want to be Superman? They don't want you to feel like that. They want to make themselves feel like that. They don't care about you. They don't care about what you want to see. All they care about is lining their own pockets and living their own dream. That's it. Whether they're gender swapping, whether they're race swapping, no matter what they are trying to do, it's all for themselves. It's not for you. That's saying. That's what they've been telling us. That's what they've been going over and over and over again. It's not yours anymore. It's theirs. Whether it's the Avengers, whether it's Doctor Who, they don't care. They don't care what they're doing to the history of a character. They don't care what they're doing to your dreams. All they care about is their own. All they care about is pushing their agenda. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the smart thing to do is. Doesn't matter if they can make new characters or not. Then the attacks on redheads are some of the most atrocious. The attacks on redheads are going to continue and continue because they don't want them around. It is that simple. They don't care. And Darius Munchausen with $1.49 super sticker, and he's got the popcorn ready. Thank you so very much, Darius Munchausen. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Skål!
Long live the fighters!
And Psychodorf 9 with the $2 super chat. Hollyweird has become a giant fanfic brag on. That's all they care about is their fanfic. And thank you so very much, Psychodorf 9, for that $2 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Skål! Hollywood is so creatively bankrupt. They are poisoning everything that's ever been created just to live their own fantasies. Look what's happened to DC Comics. Look what's going to continue to happen to DC Comics because they don't get it. Marvel, who was owned by Disney, is leading the way into this woke apocalypse because they don't care. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about those characters. They don't give a shit about Star Wars. Do you really think that getting rid of Kathleen Kennedy is going to change anything? It's not. It's not, because Disney is the underlying problem. Disney is where the roots have been poisoned. They don't care what they've done to those characters. They don't care what they did to Luke Skywalker so they could raise Rey up and have her be their female icon. They don't care what they did to the history of that man. They don't care, and they're not going to care because they have an agenda and they will push that agenda. And it's proven now. They know what they're doing. They've admitted what they're doing. For years, they denied that this woke culture exists. Oh, none of that exists. Cancel culture doesn't exist. Woke ideology doesn't exist. We don't cancel people. We don't do that. But they did. And they do. And we've all seen it. No matter what show you watched, you've seen it. And they will continue to do this as long as they are at the reins. I hear people all the time, if we close our wallets, they will listen. If we stop buying their product, they will listen. If we stop going to their movies, they will listen. No, they won't. And no, they aren't. Because they're going to continue to dive bomb into this. They're going to continue to fly at it like some crazed kamikaze. They don't care what you've done. They don't care what you haven't done. They don't care if you think this is the craziest thing they could possibly do. I see people all the time ask me, what about the Loki series, Loki? You're interested in that, right? You're interested in that? No! Why? Because Hiddleston's going to be in like one episode. He's going to narrate. He's already done filming. They're still filming this shit and he's already done. They don't care. They don't care how you feel about these characters. They don't care what you think. All they care about is pushing their agenda on you. All they care about is pushing their ideology on you. Doesn't matter what you think. Doesn't matter how you feel about it. You're old. You're the old guard. What do they care? There's this new audience that they want. And it's all gonna be woke agenda. When I saw what they're going to do to Superman, I said, oh my God, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? Henry Cavill gets removed for things he didn't even do. If they could completely wipe out Christopher Reeves, they would. And he has done nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. Why? So they can insert their own political bullshit. They're trying to shape a future generation how they want to shape it. They will not allow any heroes from the past to continue to be heroes. They have to change them because they're creatively bankrupt. They can't make new characters, and they know they can't. They know it will not have the impact they want. And they've been doing it for years now. We all knew something was wrong with The Last Jedi. We all knew it when we walked out. And they've done it again, and they've done it again, and they've done it again. And you've seen it. You've all seen it. And we're the ones that are crazy? No. We're the ones that are istophobes? No. Don't give me that shit. You know what you've been doing. You know who the real problem is, Hollywood. It's not us. It's not us. Because time and time again, you have inserted your politics into our entertainment. You have inserted your agenda into our entertainment. You have inserted your ideology into our entertainment. And the proof is in the pudding. The proof is right in front of you. Shot after shot after shot after shot. You have attempted to completely change the way our heroes operate, the way our heroes look, the way our heroes act, what our heroes say. Instead of just making new characters, which you can't do. You have to go in and you have to change them. Hell, look at Snake Eyes. There's a reason why Snake Eyes is the way he is and why he is who he is. Why Storm Shadow went after him the way he did. It's not because he was a Japanese immigrant in a mask. It's because he was a white blonde dude in a mask. He was a gaijin. And Storm Shadow hated him for it. Storm Shadow wanted to kill him because of it. Oh, we'll give him back. We'll give him back. We'll make this turn. No. It's only for your sick ideology that you have put a stamp on all of our heroes. For your own bullshit agenda. And you know it. And you know it. And you act like that this is something that you're doing for the people. I'm doing it for the people. No, you're not. You're doing it for your own ideology. You're doing it for your own agenda. And you know that. You know that. It's the sickest, craziest thing. All you have to do is take a look at the people in front of you. The pictures that are scrolling across your screen. To know exactly what their agenda is. They can't push their agenda with new characters because you won't have anything to do with them. I'll just go back to Batman. Well, Batman's been changed by their woke agenda. I'll go back to Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four has been changed by their agenda. Hollywood will erase your legends. They will erase your heroes. And they're doing it all for their own woke bullshit agenda. They could give a rat's ass about what you care about. They could give a rat's ass about the people that you have looked up to. All they care about is showing their own bullshit woke ideology. Dropping the ball creatively is the least abhorrent of the things Hollywood needs exposed. A lot of people talk about KK dropping the ball in Star Wars. Wookiee. A lot of people talk about Lucasfilm dropping the ball, but it's not Lucasfilm. It's not KK. It's Disney. It's Disney. Killing off the heroes that you care about so they can replace them with ones that fit their narrative. I didn't see Ghostbusters on there, but then again, they're trying to hit all of the stories. So, this is from Bounding into Comics, John F. Trent. Writer Eddie Robson, who's credited by IMDb as a writer for Hollyoaks and Sarah and Duck, recently revealed the reason why Hollywood race and gender swaps iconic characters. Robson comments came in response to comments made by Marvel Comics Fantastic Four writer Dan Slott. Slott posted to Twitter on May 6th, when adapting comics to TV and movies or rebooting comics today, there's no reason to have the iconic characters be straight white men. He added, the only reason they're that way in the comics is because they were created in the 30s and the 60s, when that was the default. It's not the 60s anymore. And Mags, good morning, Mags, with a $5 super chat. Razor Fist, Hollywood hates us. It's okay to hate them back. Loki on fire today, dropping some reality checks and truth bombs. Thank you so very much, Mags. And we're going to drop a bomb just for you, Mags. Skull! You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Thank you, Max. Slott would eventually clarify his tweet on May 7th, writing, there's nothing in this statement that says that comics shouldn't be made with all new characters featuring superheroes who aren't just straight white males. It's possible to do both things, to share the icons and to create new characters who represent all of us at the same time. In response to the initial tweet, Robson tweeted, and you always get people saying, why not create new characters who aren't straight white men? Well, we've been saying that the whole time. And wow, look, they did it with Invincible. And Invincible fucking rocked. Missing the point that characters like that are being created all the time. But it's hard for them to compete with famous, iconic characters with decades of history behind them. What does that translate to? Ladies and gentlemen, what does that translate to? We suck dick at making new characters. The characters we make suck. So we've got to fuck with the old ones. We've got to mess with your old characters that you know and you love. Just take a look at Batwoman. A lot of people like Batwoman, but not a lot of people like the CW Batwoman. He followed that up with the revelation that race and gender swaps are to make faster progress. Faster progress. Although he doesn't elaborate on what that faster progress is towards. Of course he doesn't. Because then their woke agenda would be laid out right in front of you. They never would admit that this culture existed until they were in a place where you couldn't get rid of them. Like fucking ticks. You couldn't get rid of them. He wrote, it's a franchise-dominated landscape, and you can't just will new franchises into being. Really? Really? You can't just willy-nilly new franchises into being? I do believe there's an author in the chat this morning, and his name is Adega Outlaw. And that man willed a new franchise into being. He must be the god of writers. He must be the god of writers for willing a new franchise into existence. Adega, you did something impossible, brother. You willed a new franchise into existence. They don't get it. They're not going to get it. Adega is one of the most creative writers I've ever met. They can't do what he does because they don't have an ounce of creativity. All they can do is steal it since they can't create it. That is all they can do. Belittling the greats in order to push your trash forward doesn't work. It turns people against what you are pushing for, the obscene lack of respect. Robert Pearson. Max, these people are probably the same people that were bullies in school, grew up that the nerds became more popular, inserted themselves, rose to power, and now are bullies still. That is exactly what I believe, Max. That is exactly what I believe. And Psychodorp9 with a $5 super chat. How many franchises did Jack Kirby and Stan Lee will into existence? I guess they didn't, because it's almost impossible. Thank you so very much for that super chat. Psychodorp9. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
And Colin P. Smith, Loki, so you put the work in, introduce your new characters within the existing franchise, build them up, then give them their own film series. Oh, sorry, that would take time and effort and talent. Yes, and they admit it. They admit it! They admit it! They admit it. You'll make much faster progress by diversifying the franchises that already exist. Eddie Robinson. Yellow Flash responded to that and said, manga seems to do it just fine. Maybe your creators are just horrible. Maybe your creators suck. That's what I'm going to say. Maybe your creators just suck. And manga is doing it a lot better than Marvel and DC Comics. The latest NPD book scan numbers from April reveal the top 20 graphic novels in the United States are dominated by Japanese manga titles. My Hero Academia, Volume 27, tops the chart. Other manga titles include Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan, Spy X Family, and Tokyo Ghoul. 19 of the top 20 graphic novels from April are all manga published by Viz Media. The only title not published by Viz Media is Attack on Titan Volume 1, which is published by Kodansha. It's also a manga. There are no Western comics in the top 20 adult graphic novel list for April. All of the titles were published within the past decade. Demon Slayer was first published in 2016. Attack on Titan in 2021. My Hero Academia was published in 2014. Jujutsu Kaisen and Spy X Family began in 2019. And Tokyo Ghoul was published in 2017. Only one title, Attack on Titan, was published in 2021. Nothing in the past 5 years is topping those charts here in the West. That is on them. It's not on you. They're going to blame you. They're going to blame you. They're going to call you is and phobes for their little plan not working out. They're going to call you Yahtzees because they're the ones that are acting like they've had their heads chopped off and are running around like chickens because they can't get their way. And they can't change manga. They've tried. The push by these people to change manga is immense. So immense, Japan had to go to their parliament and put rules in place to make sure that it is protected as art. And no one can go back and change it. No one can go back and turn it into something it's not. Because that is what they want to do. They want to change manga and make it all westernized. It's funny, from a group of people that say we're the ones that disrespect other cultures. We're the ones who culturally appropriate. They're the ones that are wanting to go into another country and change the way they do things because they're not getting things done the way they want. Conform or be canceled. How many of us here actually have been canceled? I'm going to raise my hand. How many of us? Throw one in chat if you've ever been treated like crap because of the way you view a movie or a comic or a television show. How many of you have been told you don't belong? Throw one in chat. Adega Outlaw, Purple Valkyrie, Snorta Pupus Cuber, Dee Dee Myers, Brandon Wolf, Mark the Infinitely Tired, Mag, Psychodorp 9, Dark Shadow Logan, been an outcast all my life, Speaker for the Dead, Chris Persia, Lord Thoth, Martin Orlando, Gun Bunny, Manilo Ribera, Mary's Game Room, Dave G. Sound, Bruce Lombardo, Loki's Mornings of Mischief, Keely Chow. They would do this to an entire country behind the scenes. Red Rooster, Colin P. Smith, Naughty Monkey O'Rath, The Ginger Ninja 69. Snorta Pupus Cuber. When I commented on Jar Jar Trek in 2009, I was told to shut up. This is our Star Trek. Yeah. Same here. Same here. Robert Pearson. They would completely cancel a country because it goes against their narrative. Yet they want to preach to other people how they need to treat people. They would preach to you how to treat, quote, people of color. They would preach to you on how to treat LGBTQ people. They would preach to you that you are horrible people because you don't like the shit that they're shoveling. You call it for what it is. I had a friend who got into Star Trek 2009, then I showed him TNG and he never looked back. Damn straight, Robert Verlinden. Been called a traitor to my gender for not liking gender swap characters. Oh yeah, because every redhead needs to be taken out and replaced by a woman of color. You treat people how they treat you. Simple lesson to live by. Mark the Infinitely Tired. There is a reason why these people are coming after the things that you love and the things that you care about. Because they won't be happy until they've changed it. There are also plenty of other newer superhero stories as well that are getting adapted to film and TV. Just recently, Netflix released their adaptation of Mark Millar's Jupiter's Legacy. And it's not just superhero stories. Netflix has also adapted Joe Hill, Gabriel Rodriguez's Lock and Key story to a TV series. Rick Remembers Deadly Class got a one-season adaptation on Sci-Fi. Other more recent adaptations include Winona Earp, The Walking Dead, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Warrior Nun. It's pretty clear that new franchises are popping up quite often as seen in Japanese manga and anime, as well as even in Hollywood. However, as Just Some Guy points out, Hollywood writers like Robson want to jack the audience of more popular characters. Just Some Guy critiques Robson, saying, "The moment fans realize what you are doing to their beloved iconic characters, they will bounce." Loki, why don't you cover anything coming out by Star Wars? Why haven't you talked about The Bad Batch? I've seen The Bad Batch. It sucked. I didn't like it. Why? They princessed it. They did exactly what I thought they'd do. They princessed it. I will not give Disney the time of a review panel. I won't. He adds, people ain't sticking around while you tear down the stuff they care about. They know who the real characters are, and what you are presenting isn't the real characters. And people are vacating franchises that are being radically transformed by Hollywood activist writers. Star Wars The Force Awakens grossed $2 billion at the global box office. By Rise of Skywalker, audience abandoned the film, as it only grossed $1 billion. Maybe even more telling is that The Force Awakens had $191 million in domestic video sales. That's just in the US. Almost $200 million in DVD sales. It's probably not even counting how many people bought it digitally. Rise of Skywalker only made $60 million. $60 million. It made a third. $60 million. Doctor Who saw its viewership numbers plummet with its most recent season finale in The Timeless Children. In fact, it was the least viewed episode of Doctor Who since Megalos Part 3, which aired back in 1980. 1980. Do you know how many more people there are that can watch Doctor Who now? Do you know how many more people? And it's got the worst ratings since 1980. It's clear people will abandon franchises where Hollywood decides to insert their political agenda and drastically alter the characters to fit their warped version of what they want them to be. This is what they want. Odin's Axe, Disney's woke war sucks. There are a few bright spots, Rogue One and Mandalorian, but overall, it blows pole. Thank you, Odin's Axe. Valiant Renegade with a $4.99 super chat. Good morning, Valiant. What is this Marvel and DC you speak of? My daughter just spent $100 in the giant manga section at Barnes & Noble. I saw no such things. Are these comic books? Thank you so very much, Valiant Renegade. Maybe this will answer the question. Skull! And what is this all for? What is this all for? What is their agenda? moving. Well, they're going to teach you. They're going to teach you. Just look at Disney's new checklist for how anti-white you need to be to work for them. Just look at Disney's little checklist that you need a check mark on. Well, this is how you need to feel about diversity. And this is what you can't do. And these are the questions you can't ask. And these are how you need to act. You will conform. You will consume. You will get down on your knees and live there and drink your green booby milk that we pushed out from our manatee in The Last Jedi. And Robert Belinden, I picked up 4 manga books the other day. 4. One of them a Transformers one, believe it or not. I am too. I wish that I had had access to this when I was younger. I wish I had access to this when I was growing up. But I love the fact that I'm an adult and I have access to it now. Trinoculus P with a $5 super chat. You tell me the beach stool test wipes out creativity. Shocker. That's exactly what I'm saying, brother. And thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Skol!
And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brother.
And Mary, you have a good day. She says back to driving. Have a great day, Loki. You have a great day too, Mary. You have a great one. Guys, it is up to you what you want to back. It is up to you what you want to spend your money on. I would never, ever tell you what to spend or not spend your money on. But don't reward these people. Don't reward these people for doing what they're doing. Don't reward them and let them get away with that. And Speaker for the Dead, if it'll click, with a $5 super chat. I will not be dictated to. I will not be conformed. Resistance is not futile. It is an imperative. I will not kneel. Long live the fighters. Thank you so very much for that $5 super chat. Speaker for the Dead. Long live the fighters. Skol!
Long live the fighters!
Hollywood sucks, period. The nerd boreal life form. They have lost their way. This is not the way. You want to say that in The Mandalorian, this is the way. This is not the way you do things. Loki got results from the newest CT scan yesterday. My cancer is now presently dead, according to my oncologist. 2 last treatments to go when I'm done. Brother, congratulations, Dark Shadow Logan. Thank God, brother. And you know what? We're going to give you something just for that. Thank you so very much, Dark Shadow Logan, for letting us know that, brother. Skol! Turning an impossible situation around. That is what we have to do. They want us to consume and eat their crap. And we're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I will not reward them for disrespecting the characters that we've known and loved. I will not reward them for destroying the things we care about. I won't. I'm not going to do it. No, 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 no. No. Bad Hollywood. Bad Hollywood. Pop them on the nose with that newspaper. You have to show them that what they are doing is not for the betterment of those characters. They do not care. They do not care about that. And the only way you can do that is to tell them no. They're going to have to learn that no means no. They're going to have to learn they can't do these things to our characters. And it's funny, we're telling that to Hollywood, isn't it? Isn't it funny that we're telling Hollywood no? Hollywood can't tell itself no. The people that have been abused by that system can't tell them no. Can't tell people like Joss Whedon no. Can't tell people like Harvey Weinstein no. Just can't do it. Can't tell people like Epstein no, because they've got money and they've got power, and you just can't tell them no. No, no, no. Like Coach says, N-O, N-O, N-O-O means no. We cannot continue to let them get away with it. When I see what they are doing to Superman, when I see what they're doing to Green Lantern, when I see what they're doing to the characters that we all care about and love, they're just going to keep doing it. Luke Skywalker was the giant signal flare warning us this is what's to come. And Chris Persia, the wrench of wrenches. Loki, time is the most precious commodity in the world. We can waste money, but we can never afford to waste time, especially on something we don't like. Fuck Disney. Oh, did I say that backwards? I'm sorry. Duck Disney. Japan has been a blessing to the world through their work ethic in the automotive industry. May they do the same for manga and anime. Trinoculus P. Hollywood is completely out of touch and morally bankrupt. F them. Purple Valkyrie. Damn, guys. I'll tell you something. You don't hear that coming out of Purple's mouth every day. F them. Colin P. Smith, if I can take inspiration from Douglas Adams, looking at Hollywood makes me think it may have been a mistake coming down from the trees. Keely Chow, message to Disney. We won't be intimidated by criminal threats. Hashtag Toonami. Let me make an amendment. Huck Bollywood. Good morning, Ginger Ninja and Rod Thunderart. Loki is getting a new mic. That is the end of that. Loki is getting a new microphone because my mic keeps like almost wanting to short out. That is on the agenda, ladies and gentlemen. New microphone for Loki. I'll get another Blue Yeti. I seem to like this one, but there's another one. Dega sent me another one I'm looking at too. So I'll check that out. Do you know if it's exclusive to YouTube? I'll subscribe to Crunchyroll and Funimation as well. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yes. I've given up on Hollywood. To the majority of sports, my sources of entertainment. But I have found something more entertaining and dependable, and that is you all. Thank you, Ginger Ninja. Thank you all. Seriously, when I started this, I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know what I'd be doing. I didn't know how it would work, but it has. And I have all of you to thank. You are just as much this channel as I am, each and every one of you. We have lost people along the way. We will lose people in the future. But Valhalla will always be here. Mornings of Mischief will always be here. As long as I am at the controls, I will be here on my deathbed doing this show. Because it means that much to me. Pat S. Sorry, Loki. The only way to win is not play. Our side thinks we're in the last quarter. Nope, the game's over. They won the culture war in 2020. Best you can do is preserve history. There are a lot of people, and I'll end the show on this. There are a lot of people that have faith that Star Wars is going to get turned around. That Star Wars is going to come back. Star Wars back? Hell, I was one of them. When Luke came back in The Mandalorian, my God, I thought that, you know what? This is it. This is it. And they changed the game. They ostracized Gina Carano and canceled her. And now they're trying to make this push because they want to look normal for the normies. They don't want the normies to know the sick, twisted shit they have been doing. What they put that woman through. And I knew it was going to happen. I said it was going to happen. Go back and listen. I said this would happen. That suddenly Disney would come out of nowhere in some way supporting Gina because they have nothing to lose. She does. The second she got away from Disney, they did her a favor. They didn't realize that. They didn't realize they'd done her a favor. She is more popular now than she's ever been because of what's happened. She has a huge fan base behind her. And Disney, well, they don't like that. But there ain't nothing they can do about that. So what do? You try and bring her back into the fold and turn her into what you want her to be. Disney's like that abusive ex that won't leave. She prattles you every day about how crappy you are. You get up to get ready to go to work, and she's in your face, yelling and screaming and acting like an insane person. And anytime you pull out a tape recorder or a video and you catch them, wow, they shut up really quick. And then they try and make things better. Then they try and tell you that, oh, it's okay, everything's okay, and yeah, everything's going to be fine. Don't you worry about a thing. And oh, it's normal. People do things like this. No, they don't. No, they don't. You have a problem. When you're in someone's face, egging them on, daring them to do something because you are such a piece of shit. Wow. And Mags, according to Drunk, she's also very happy where she is at in life right now. Hell yeah. Get away from Disney. Disney doesn't want to be known as that company. Disney does not want to be known as that company, and that's exactly what they are getting. And the Jinja Ninja with a 500 yen super chat. It's time to create our own future, independent of what has been spoiled and destroyed. It's our time. We have the strength and intelligence and creativity. Damn straight, Jinja Ninja. Thank you so very much for that 500 yen super chat, brother. Skol!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Like I said, Gina is in a much better position now than she was. I don't feel sorry for Gina. I think it's great she got let go of Disney. She does not have to work for that type of company ever again. Imagine going through that. Imagine putting out a statement. Imagine putting out this statement. Everybody should get along. And then having to meet with heads of the LGBTQ community because you're a hater. Because you're a hater. Imagine that. How many of us have had to go to corporate training because of some stupid shit like that? How many? She's better off. Just like I was saying before, Disney is that abusive ex that just wouldn't go away. And now she's away from it. Why would you ever go back? I wouldn't. Hey, come back from The Mandalorian 3. Excuse me? Yeah. Everything's cool. We worked it out. No. I won't. Just like I said. It's that person demeaning you every day. It's that person dragging you down every day. And you get away from it and you realize what a shit position you've been in that whole time and how better off you are without that in your life. Gina is so much better off now than she was. Don't feel sorry for Gina. And Disney knows that. And Odin Axe with a $10 super chat. Brother, you didn't leave a message, man. I put anything in chat, brother. Put anything in chat. I'll read it out. Thank you so very much, Odin's Axe, for that $10 super chat, brother. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Thank you so very much, brother. Skull!
God, I want to punch an old woman in the face.
Yes. Gina is the success story. Gina is the one that doesn't need them anymore. And Ninja, Gina doesn't need them anymore. Is exactly what I was saying, brother. Disney was an abusive partner that beat her, defamed her, tried to dehumanize her. She has become stronger because of this. Why would you go back? You wouldn't. So those people saying, oh, she might return to The Mandalorian. I wouldn't. Disney has to learn, and they're not going to learn. They haven't learned in the past 5 years. They're not going to learn. Rooted in Disney are the 7 pillars of the rat with cheese. The 7 pillars of diversity and inclusion. They have a vice president, an executive vice president in charge of diversity and inclusion and changing the future to better everyone. We will shape your future. Can you imagine a fucking cartoon company saying we're going to change everyone's future and it's going to be the way we want it to be? Suck my dick, rat! You will not dictate my future or anyone else's. And if you don't like it, I've got 2 words for you. Suck it.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe and hammer that notification bell.